Tyra Majors is live in Studio B with a psychologist to talk about dealing with grief during this time. Tyra.
Good morning. I'm joined by Dr. Dwight J. Norman Jr. of Alpha Beta Behavioral here in downtown Bakersfield. Good morning. How are you, doctor?
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining. So this is such an important topic. You say the first tip you want people to know is to not ignore or to ignore their grief. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the myths that people that are facing grief go through is they try to hide or lessen their feeling by distracting themselves or doing other things to kind of try to get over it. When in fact, the first thing that you should do is admit that you're going through terrible pain, admit to yourself, admit to your family and friends, admit to your social network that these things are going on so that you can start the healing process.
All right, so admit that you're going through pain. You mentioned leaning on a social network. Why is it so important when it comes to, having a support group and that being a way to take care of your well-being?
Well, having other people around you to be able to help support, give you guidance, even just to be an open ear can be extremely important when you're trying to connect with your own feelings. Outside of that, find a support group that may possibly have been experiencing some of the things you have been experiencing as far as the feelings or even going through the loss of someone, and hearing those same stories and kind of collaborating with other people can help you get through your own journey as well.
And you're looking at some of those tips on your screen right now. You also say to not obsess over the stages of grief. We've all heard of the stages of grief. Why is that something to kind of move away from?
Well, I think it's important to understand what the stages of grief are and what they're about. However, the over-obsession about going through each stage kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, everybody's different. Everybody has their own specific experience and journey. So you might not progress through those stages like anyone else does. And it could not be systematic for you. You can jump around. So it's important for you to really just let your feelings kind of flow and let the process and trust in the process to be able to get through what you're going through.
Right, everyone grieves differently. And lastly, you say to not force yourself to hold back your feelings. What do you mean by that?
Well, you tend to see with individuals with grief, they want to distract themselves because they don't want to face the very intense pain that they're going through. In fact, this just delays the inevitable. I mean, the first thing that you have to do is go into what we call acceptance, really understand that some of these things are happening to you, understand the feelings in order to build coping skills to be able to get through them.
All right, thank you so much for sharing this again with us. And you can see all of these tips here on your screen and also on our website, bakersfieldnow.com. Also, if you want to get some more information on Alpha Beta Behavioral, there's a link on our website to that place as well. Thank you again for joining us. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you.
Is there a story you think we should investigate? Call our Eyewitness News tip line at 869-2929.